We are currently witnessing the end of the rental era of artificial intelligence. For the last 24 months, we've been living in a state of digital dependency. Every time you open a browser to use GPT-4, Gemini, or Claude, you are essentially renting a brain. You are sending your data across a wire to a server farm you'll never see, owned by a corporation that views your prompts as training data. But a massive shift is happening right now under the surface of the tech industry. It's a shift that one of you described in our recent comments as the distant server privacy problem, and it's the reason why the biggest tech giants are suddenly terrified of your home computer. The secret they don't want you to know is that the hardware on your desk or the laptop in your bag is becoming powerful enough to make their cloud servers obsolete. We aren't just talking about light versions of AI anymore. We are talking about the era of local sovereignty. Imagine a world where GPT-6 level reasoning doesn't require an internet connection. A world where your most sensitive business strategies, your private medical queries, and your proprietary code never leave your physical device. No thinking bubbles, no monthly $20 subscriptions, and most importantly, zero data leakage. Welcome back to Tube Trends AI, where we do the research so you don't have to. This channel is for people who want clear AI news and updates without the noise. Today on Tube Trends AI, we're going beyond the hype. We're looking at the verified data behind the hardware revolution. We're going to break down the VRAM Red Line, the silent rise of the NPU, and the secret mathematical breakthroughs like 4-bit quantization that make the impossible possible. By the end of this video, you won't just understand the future of AI, you'll know exactly what hardware you need to own it. If you're ready to stop renting your intelligence and start owning it, let's get into the data. The profit versus performance debate, the hidden war. To understand why your next PC will run GPT-6 locally, you first have to understand why the biggest companies in the world don't want that to happen. There is a hidden war happening right now between two completely different philosophies of technology, cloud lock and local first. One is built for profit, the other is built for performance. Let's look at the numbers. Companies like OpenAI and Microsoft have spent billions on server infrastructure. Their entire business model is built on the moat. They want you to stay within their ecosystem because that allows them to collect a $20 a month intelligence tax. If you can run their models on your own hardware, their multi-billion-dollar data centers become digital ghost towns. This is why you see so much safety talk from corporate AI labs. While some of it is legitimate, a lot of it is what industry insiders call regulatory capture. By convincing governments that AI is too dangerous to be run by individuals, they are trying to outlaw the very hardware and open-source models we are talking about today. They want to be the only ones with the keys to the brain. But here is where the performance side comes in. The open source community developers working on projects like Llama, Mistral, and the incredible new models coming out of China like DeepSeek don't care about monthly subscriptions. They care about optimization. In the cloud, models are often bloated. They are designed to be general purpose and served to millions of people at once. But when you move to local first, the goal is efficiency. We are seeing a massive intelligence density shift. Developers are finding ways to pack 90% of the reasoning power of a massive cloud model into a package that is 1/100th the size. One of you mentioned in the comments that while US companies are optimizing for license management, others are focusing on free optimized performance. This is exactly the divide. When you choose local AI, you aren't just choosing privacy, you are choosing to exit a system designed to keep you dependent. You are choosing a model that is optimized for your hardware, not a corporation's bottom line. But choosing to go local isn't just a philosophical choice, it's a hardware challenge. And that leads us to the most important technical benchmark you will ever hear on this channel, the VRAM Red Line. The 12 GB VRAM Red Line, the hardware gatekeeper, the hook for point 2. If the first hurdle to local AI is philosophical, the second is physical. You can have the fastest internet in the world and the most optimized open source model, but if you don't respect the red line, your local GPT-6 future ends before it begins. I'm talking about video RAM, the actual physical disk space your AI needs to think. The deep dive. In a traditional PC build, we've been trained to care about CPU clock speeds or gaming frame rates. But in the era of local AI, those metrics are secondary. The only metric that truly dictates your sovereignty is VRAM. Think of VRAM as the short-term memory of your AI. When you run a model locally, the entire weight of that model's brain has to fit inside your GPU's memory. If the model is 10 GB and you only have 8 GB of VRAM, the system has to swap data to your much slower system RAM. The result? Your instant AI assistant starts typing at 1 word per minute. The magic is gone. This brings us to the 12 GB Red Line. Right now, the most powerful prosumer models like the 70B parameter versions of Llama 3 are the ones that truly rival GPT-4 in reasoning. Through a process we'll discuss in a moment called quantization, we can shrink those models, but they still demand a massive amount of disk space. If you are looking at a GPU today, whether it's an NVIDIA 40 series or an AMD Radeon and it has 8 GB of VRAM, you are buying into the past. You are buying a gaming card in an AI world. To run the next generation of local intelligence with zero lag, 12 GB is the floor. 16 GB is the comfort zone, and 24 GB, that is where you start to outpace the cloud. One of our viewers recently pointed out that using a personal server or a gaming PC with the latest hardware is the only way to bypass the privacy problem. They are 100% correct. But latest doesn't just mean new, it means memory dense. This is why we're seeing the resale value of older 24 GB cards like the RTX 3090 skyrocket. People aren't buying them to play games, they're buying them to build private brains. But here is the mystery. How do we fit a model that normally requires a $10,000 enterprise GPU into a $500 consumer card? The answer isn't just hardware, it's a mathematical miracle: quantization. The transition tease. We have covered the philosophy, the hardware, and the math. But where does this all end? If every desk has a private GPT-6, how does the world actually change? It's time for the final vision, the era of the personal sovereign. The era of the personal sovereign, the visionary finish, the hook for point 10. We've spent the last 20 minutes talking about VRAM, NPUs, and mathematical miracles. But if you zoom out, you'll see that this isn't just a hardware upgrade. We are witnessing the birth of the personal sovereign. For the first time in the digital age, the power of world-class intelligence is being decoupled from the billion-dollar corporation and handed directly to you. This is the ultimate decentralization of power. In the world we've lived in for the last 2 years, AI was a service you rented subject to monthly fees, shifting terms of service, and the whims of a distant server. In the new world we are entering, AI is a utility you own. When your next PC runs GPT-6 locally, you aren't just faster or more private, you are uncancelable. Your ability to think, create, and research no longer depends on a corporate subscription remaining active or a data center staying online. This is the definitive answer to the distant server privacy problem we started with. By owning the hardware, you own the thoughts. One of you recently noted that the community wants free, optimized performance, but the ultimate result of that optimization is something much bigger: freedom. We are moving toward a future where your PC isn't just a tool for work, it's a private vault for your creativity, your personal data, and your digital legacy. The end of cloud AI isn't about the technology failing, it's about the technology finally maturing to the point where it belongs to everyone. Your next PC isn't just a computer, it's the first step toward a future where you are the sole architect of your own intelligence. Outro, action, and retention. The 12 GB red line is drawn. The NPU race has begun. The only question left is, where do you stand? If you're ready to stop renting your intelligence and start owning it, I've put a list of the current local AI-ready hardware benchmarks in the description below. And I want to hear from you. Are you building a local compute node, or are you waiting for the Copilot Plus PCs to take over? Let's get the debate started in the comments. If this deep dive helped you see the future a bit more clearly, hit that subscribe button. We are tracking the AI revolution every single week here on Tube Trends AI, and you don't want to be left behind when the cloud finally goes dark.